Hey, welcome to the Page Family Homestead. Today, we're doing stewed tomatoes. Both of us, tag teaming, assembly line. We're being a part of the hashtag Let's Can at Morris Patch of Heaven. Let's get in the kitchen together and get these done. Okay, so as you all know, if you're staying with us and watching us, you know we haven't been able to put in our gardens because, not full, because we moved during peak garden season. So we had to go to the local farmers market and grocery stores to get our Roma tomatoes, our canning tomatoes. $7.99 you paid for this case?
Yeah, $7.99.
So well, at least we didn't get hijacked. It was a good price. So here's Andy. We're washing the tomatoes in this. Once they've been washed, we're taking the bloom out.
The blooming thing.
Just get a paring knife and dig them out. Sorry, got your back.
Not too deep.
And then we've got over here all the tomatoes that are cleaned and debloomed. And over here I got it set up. Our jars are sterile, and on the side I got my boiling water. I'm going to throw the tomatoes in this sink into this pot so that they crack the skins, and then I'll put them back in this cold water sink and we'll bring you back for that. So if you want to bring it in close, what I've done is I've thrown the tomatoes that were in that sink into this pot of boiling water. Of course, it instantly brought the temperature down. But we're just waiting for the skins to crack and here's some cracking, get loose. We're not cooking them, we're putting them in and giving them a fright. Once that's done, we got some cracking happening, like right here. You can see it's cracking.
A bit cracking.
So I'm gonna take those and put them in the sink of cold water, and then I'm gonna start peeling and plunking them in the jars. And when we get there, we'll come back.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is an easier way to do this, and that's to take your tomatoes and put them into a plastic shopping bag, throw them in the freezer, let them freeze solid, bring them out and pour a kettle of water over them. Boom, they crack. It is a lot easier. But we don't have a freezer big enough to do that with, so we're doing it the old grandma way, boiling and splitting. And I got more to put back in. There's a good one too. Just take the skins off. By the way, skins, saving them. We're going to dehydrate them. What are we going to do with them? Dehydrate and grind them into a tomato powder. No waste here. So we'll bring you back at the next step. So you can do both. You can pressure can these, or you can hot water bath. I'm hot water bathing. For quarts it's 45 minutes at a gentle boil, and for pints it's 40 minutes. Now what makes it safe to water bath is the addition of 2 tablespoons for a quart, 1 tablespoon for pints, but 2 tablespoons of real lemon juice, not from a fresh lemon, because you can't be positive about the acidity levels, so use the real lemon. Okay, this ensures that it is a high acid product and can be hot water bathed. Thank goodness, because I still can't find my pressure canner weight gauges. They're packed and I haven't unpacked that part of the house yet.
And what's that, basil in there?
Yeah, I did put basil. I put a tablespoon and a half of basil in each jar. Good eye. I would have forgot. Now, the recipe also calls for a teaspoon or half a teaspoon of salt. Kosher or pickling salt. I'm not going to put any. It is optional. I choose to try and not cook or can with salt if it's at all possible. because number one, I don't know what I'm using it for. Number two, Andy's on low sodium. So why should I introduce poison into his food if I don't have to?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we just got a few more to fill up. Then I'm going to wipe all the tops. I've got the kettle going. We're going to add the hot water. We go to 1/2 inch of headspace. And I'll bring you back when we're going in the canner. Okay, so I've got them filled. I've got my 2 tablespoons per jar of lemon juice and my 1.5 tablespoons of basil. Filled it up with hot kettle water from 1/2 inch. I wiped my rims with vinegar, paper towel. My lids and rings and jars have been sterilized. My 1 canner's full. Its timer is set for 45 minutes. And I'll set the timer for this one on my phone. I do have the trivet on the bottom. See, there's one of those horrible stickers that won't come off. Let's see.
That's been on for
spaghetti sauce since 2018. But I'll cover that with my painter's tape so it won't matter. So we got 2 water bath canners on the go. And this is that whole case of Roma tomatoes.
Not bad for $7.99.
Yeah. You'd pay $7.99 close to it for a jar of good
I know.
tomatoes. Well, not quite. Close enough. With that many, you don't get that many in a can.
No, I know.
There's always more in the bottles that we do ourselves.
And you know what? Well, it's better. Just better.
No comparison. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you'll notice I did quarts. However, here's a good thing to show the newbies. This is not a quart, and this is not a pint. This is called a 1.5 pints. So it's not quite as much as the quart. But we're going to do the timing to the quart because it's over the pint timing. So we have to treat it like it's a quart. So in for 45-minute hot water bath, and I'll start this timer when the water has come to a boil. We'll bring you back at the end of the 45 minutes, and we'll check out all the beautiful jars. Yep.
Okay.
So our first canner's done. Water bath for 45 minutes.
Look at the bubbles.
I know. Perfect.
It's spewing out.
It's coming off the top too. Isn't that a beautiful thing? So the 1 canner's done, and the second canner, we're going to try and keep them a little bit apart, Andy.
Yeah.
That way they cool down with space between them. These are beautiful. And then,
Look at the bubbles. Wow.
well, he's taken those out. What we've got so far in the dehydrator is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trays of skins, and we're gonna probably get about 4 more when we're finished. Sorry, but Andy's back. They are a beautiful thing. How many's in that big one, hun?
I don't know.
Have a peek.
8.
So we got 14 jars of stewed tomatoes out of that case. That's pretty good for $7.99. That's pretty darn
Look at the
good.
bubbles.
I know. So anyway, we just want to thank you. I got to get moving. We got lots more to do, and we got company. So we just want to thank you for coming along with us today. Give us that thumbs up. Share if you can. We'd love to hear your comment, and ring the
Ding, 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 the bell.
Catch you next video. Remember to head on over to #Let'sCan with Morris Patch of Heaven.